Hello everyone, so let's start with CUET PG Economics Solutions 2018. Here's the first question. Which of the following is less likely to be affected by extreme values? So both median and interquartile range are less likely to be affected by the extreme values. Moving on to the next question. Which of the following can be described as a categorical variable? So religion is a categorical variable. It can be categorized as Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, etc. Now moving on to the next question. Suppose a n-value series has standard deviation sigma. What's the standard deviation of x1 plus k, x2 plus k up to xn plus k? So since standard deviation is a measure of spread and adding the constant won't change the spread. So the standard deviation remains constant. So the answer would be sigma A. Moving on to the next question. What is the sampling distribution of S upon N x bar minus mu? That's clearly of T distribution. Moving on to the next question. The School of Economics found that 60% of its students wants to register in business economics, 70% in financial, and 45% in both. So here we have to find the probability of a student that wants to register in at least one of these. So when they are asking in at least one of these, we have to calculate the union. So for union, we know the formula, probability of A union B. Probability of A union B equals to probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. So here we have to add 60 and 70 and we have to subtract 45 from it. So by doing so, we get 85 as our answer. So the answer is B, 0.85. Moving on to the next question. The store sells from 0 to 12 mobile phones per day. The amount of daily mobile phone sales in this case is a, so here the answer should be discrete random variable because the mobile phone units be a discrete number. It can be 1, 2, 3, 4, not 1.2, 1.3, etc. So that's why the answer should be B, discrete random variable. Moving on to the next question. The mean age and the variance of class of 100 students are 20 and 25 respectively. We have to calculate the coefficient of variation. So for this, we have to know the formula for coefficient of variation. So the formula is, just a minute. So the formula is standard deviation upon mean into 100. So here we have given the variance. So we have to find the under root of variance to get the standard deviation. So the variance is 25. So the standard deviation is 5 and the mean is given as 20 into 100. So by solving this, we get 25%. The option C is correct here. So it is known as the descriptive statistics. A. Moving on to the next question, we have the level of significance. So basically the level of significance is the maximum allowable probability of type 1 error. So here the answer should be C. Moving on to the 10th question, we have in a sample of 300 students in a university of 60 students are economic majors. Based on this information, the University Weekly reported that 20% of all students are economics major. This report is an example of, I think the answer should be C, statistical inference.